Namaste, hello everyone. Welcome again to my NPTEL course on interior design. We are at lecture number 28 today. We are talking about the interior design technology and we are focusing today on visual merchandising, concepts of modularity, portability, foldability, do it yourself. And these are all very important and crucial aspects when we talk about the interior design projects. So the broad contents VM, modularity, portability, foldability, and DIY. Starting with the VM, now we discussed about types of spaces and we did talk about retail spaces. So visual merchandising is particularly important for the retail spaces and in general it's a very crucial concept when we talk about interior architecture. So, VM is the practice of strategically arranging product displays and other visual elements to attract customers. It could be through color, lighting, some decor elements, your presentation of clothing or certain select attire on mannequins, and what is the display scheme, what is the entire overall glimpse or the feel of a space could be uplifted through VM. The main goal of VM is to provide a positive and impactful customer experience, and driving sales is the main purpose. This is one of the ways of doing visual merchandising through elements that you see over here. So, that was the example from Versace. This is the example of the Zaha store, and they emphasize on experiential design. And when we talk about VM and when we talk about Zaha, there are lots of ways to emphasize on this experiential design through interior design, of course, as a whole. So, this drawing represents the Zaha showroom, interior design layout, and circulation. So, this is the circulation, and these are the details. So, it has products in the center and customers walking around them along long aisles. Of course, visual merchandise that we are talking about. So, the showroom showcases complementary attires together to create a complete outfit. It focuses on arranging products in mannequins and interactive clothing displays. So, these are all the tools to, capitalize on the VM and showcase the products. Then there are types of visual merchandising, and it would be very useful to understand what are these types. So, starting with the display windows. Display windows catch the attention of potential customers at the street level itself to draw them into the store. They often help retailers highlight new stock and promotions while communicating the kinds of products shoppers can expect upon entering. So, they are very important, the display windows. Interior displays. Interior displays are smaller, in store presentations that showcase specific products or shopper needs. They can take many forms from glass cases containing jewelry to mannequins displaying clothing items. Then we talk about point of purchase displays. Now, these displays present impulse offers to customers as they approach the checkout counter. For example, supermarkets have specialized shelving for magazines, candy, soda. Some retailers also feature a deal of the day display that a cashier can retrieve upon request. So these are, sort of very attractive ways to engage the customer. And, during the checkout or while they are just about to check out, these kinds of displays attract the customers to buy some, more stuff than they anticipated that they would end up buying. Then there are seasonal displays. Seasonal products often require specialized promotions and signage. Seasonal displays meet these needs by showcasing promotions and products that shoppers need within a specific time frame. So, some of the common examples could be summer swimwear, back to school promotions, elaborate Christmas decorations. And of course, there is a certain time frame which is attached or associated with these kinds of examples that I just mentioned, and there are many more examples like that. Then there are category displays. Many retailers arrange products by categories in ways that highlight distinct features. For example, in a grocery store, openly displaying fruits and vegetables emphasizes their freshness compared to other packaged goods, and therefore they are displayed in a very elaborate manner. Interactive displays. Now, these displays engage shoppers' attention directly. In store demonstrations and free samples accomplish this by encouraging customers to interact with them in passing. In the 2020s, the cutting edge of VM uses technology to enhance the shopping experience. For example, retailers can use display screens that give directions or showcase promotional items. Then, a very important part is the e commerce and in app storefronts. So, many customers may not enter brick and mortar stores at all, but VM applies to online shopping too. And what is the experience of the user while engaging with these storefronts through e commerce mechanisms and apps, etc.? So, that's also important. E-commerce product listings typically include screenshots of products, linked to similar items, notifying customers about promotional coupons, and interesting visuals and more details. Retailers cannot afford to overlook VM techniques that will make their shopping apps and websites more appealing to visitors. And therefore, whether it's a welcoming message or it's an augmented reality based catalog or prompts and instructions to scan and pay, and how easy and user friendly these platforms are, they make all the difference. There are some best practices of visual merchandising, starting with making effective use of light and color. We have talked a lot about light and color throughout the course, and we will keep talking about it even towards the end, till the end. Given the visual nature of visual merchandising, it's no surprise that light and color are significant ingredients to draw from. According to one retailer, simply updating the lighting fixtures increased their sales by 12%, which is quite significant. Color is very effective at communicating subtle details. Sometimes a lack of light or color can have a surprising impact. Spotlights can help customers focus on certain products. Framing products with specific colors can also help contextualize the details and make them pop out. So, these are important ways of ensuring good practices while practicing VM. Communicate details with signs. So, signage is immensely helpful when communicating specific details. The key is placing signs in ways that supplement the product without disrupting the overall presentation. Following are some excellent examples. So, banners. Hanging banner is an excellent technique for grouping related products together. Consider using them to promote seasonal sales or direct attention to each in store category. So, particularly helpful here. Always avoid clutter. Making effective use of floor space is a vital technique. Give your visual merchandising displays a little extra room to breathe. Retailers can use the space around a product display for signs instead of additional items. Now, in the wake of COVID 19, which was a very, very disturbing event, and there are so many lessons to be learned from there. So, in the wake of that event, many retailers reduced the shelf space and cut back on the number of display areas. By making the best use of limited space, it was easier to implement social distancing practices. To make up the difference, they considered digital signs or AR technology that presented all items on a local screen. So, of course, there are some triggers and events and occasions where one has to completely change the strategy and address the evolving needs and then, present solutions according to that. So, of course, we have seen those solutions through interior design projects in the wake of COVID 19. Store layout as visual merchandising. While product displays are an essential part of VM, one does not want them to clash with the rest of the store. So, taking a step back to consider overall floor layout is very essential. Along with ensuring that there is enough space for displays, it also aligns the entire in store experience with the brand. So, there are some store layouts, which facilitate VM as a whole, and there are some common examples. So, the grid one is quite popular. Perhaps the most recognizable store layout is the grid, where products fit into densely packed aisles. I'll show the visuals as well. This technique is common in supermarkets, grocery stores, pharmacies, and many more. Grids benefit retail locations that need to maximize merchandise on display while supporting optimal foot traffic. Then there is herringbone. While grids are useful in large retail stores, they tend to feel overcrowded in smaller locations. The herringbone grid variant opens the floor with a central pathway to the checkout that branches into the grids on each size. It even creates opportunities for interior displays at aisle entrances, although they can limit the visibility of products within each aisle. The loop is another popular example. Loops guide customers along a fixed path to see all products and categories before reaching the checkout counters. This layout maximizes product visibility and streamlines customer traffic, but can disrupt a casual browsing experience. Loops are often found in museums and gift shops, although some retailers like IKEA have been able to implement them successfully and draw benefits from this kind of an arrangement. Now we see over here retail floor plans and what are they best applied for and what is this layout and how does it look like. This is a very useful information. So we did talk about grid floor plans and they are used in grocery, big box, convenience stores. They are best for shelf stocked goods such as books, toys, some specialty foods, hardware, homeware. And this is how the plan looks like. So the entrance and exit, there is the customer flow over here. This is the checkout, and here we see the power wall. A power wall is a prominent visual display in a retail store that's typically located on the right side of the entrance. We also see here the loop floor plan. So it maximizes the wall space and leads shoppers along a set pathway, best for apparel, accessory, toy, homeware, kitchenware, personal care. And this is how the plan looks like. So, entrance and exit, customer flow, checkout, and more details. Diagonal floor plans. So, I've discussed only three, but this sort of a comparative inventory discusses more. So there are 9 of these that I'm going to showcase in an overview visual manner. So the diagonal floor plans maximize employee visibility in retail stores with lots of product testing. And they are best for self service kiosks, tech and electronic stores, beauty and cosmetic retailers. And this is how it looks like: the entrance and exit, the diagonal arrangement, and the customer flow, and the checkout counter. Then we have the herringbone floor plan that we talked about. It is a type of grid floor plan, but with a big center aisle, and it's best used for small footprint stores or the stores needing to fit in lots of products. And this is how it looks like. So the entrance and exit over here, there is also window display that we see. There is a customer flow and then there is a checkout. Then there are boutique floor plans. It's a type of free flow plan that prioritizes visibility and open space, often highlighting pop in shops. Best for boutiques and specialty retailers. And they use this floor plan to highlight brand collaborations, guest or pop in retailers, or new product categories. And this is how a typical plan looks like: the entrance and exit, the window display over here, and we see the arrangement. There is this customer flow and towards the checkout. There is a free flow floor plan also that is used for designing the retail spaces, and they are used in specialty and boutique settings, apparel, accessory, personal care, mixed use stores also. That's interesting, like bakeries that display packaged goods. And this is how it looks like: entrance and exit, customer flow, and towards the checkout. There is a forced path floor plan. Customers are guided through a predetermined path and exposed to every product. So, this is strategized and by design how the customers are guided to navigate through the store. Best for furniture, home decor, experiential retail stores, showrooms. This is how it looks like. So, there is a guided sort of a tour, and the customers are expected to follow that path. Angular floor plans showcase curated or edited inventories in designer or specialty shops. So, very specifically curated. Designers, artisans, high end apparel and accessory retailers, and limited collections. This is how the floor plan looks like. Of course, with window display, visual merchandising, entry, exit, and the customer flow. And typical and curated, customized arrangement and display of products. There is a spine floor plan, easy to navigate and organize product categories with one big center aisle. Small grocers, department stores, marketplaces, they use it. So, those were some useful layouts and the most common examples, and where the store layout itself becomes a very, very important part of the overall scheme, which is facilitated through visual merchandising as an important tool and technique for drawing in customers. When we talk about future of visual merchandising, a lot of it is already happening in present and it is going to continue for a long time. And of course, with such rapid changes in technology, of course, there will be a lot of changes and evolution within a short span of time, as we can anticipate. So, the future of VM is likely to be focused on the use of technology to create interactive experiences for customers. which I said is already happening. But the advancement and to what level we make this technology engage the users and what kind of interactive experiences are created, they will keep on evolving. And of course, I think they will only improve with the kind of technological changes that we are seeing. So, this includes the use of augmented reality, virtual reality, other technologies to create immersive environments that draw customers in. AI driven technologies, they are also being used to better understand customer preferences and tailor displays and promotions accordingly. Additionally, retailers are likely to leverage data driven insights to better inform the visual merchandising decisions. So, data is very, very crucial, which helps inform the decisions regarding VM and the overall design. Now, since we are talking about interesting concepts and technology driven ways for boosting interior design practice, let us talk about the concept of modularity, which has gained a lot of popularity and it is offering very interesting design solutions. So, modularity in interior design refers to the design principle of subdividing a space into smaller parts called modules. And this does not have to apply only on the space, it also applies to furniture systems and other kinds of design development and details that the designers work on. These modules can be independently created, modified, replaced, or exchanged with other components. This is an example of 3D printed connectors, and this is overall a furniture system. And these modules can be reconfigured, and another permutation and combination, another function could be achieved through the modularity. The concept of modularity is applicable in various fields, like I was just talking about architecture, product design, interior design, and a lot more. The adaptability of the individual components mean that the shelves can be made into a variety of configurations to suit the user needs. One of the arrangements using the modules is what we see over here and the different functions assigned to these shelves. No expensive modifications are required to the connecting parts, and they can be reconfigured and they can be altered to create different arrangements. Instead, only the size of the wooden panels is modified. More levels can be added at a later stage by introducing further connectors and panels. So we could expand this, we could contract this configuration, and we could have multiple, options available. In interior design, modularity offers several benefits and opportunities, flexibility being the most important one. Modular interiors allow for flexibility in design and layout. The modular components can be rearranged or reconfigured to adapt to changing needs or preferences. Functionality, of course. Modular interiors are designed to maximize the functionality of a room. Clever storage solutions and modular storage units are incorporated to optimize space and organization. Efficiency. Modular interiors can be more efficient in terms of resource utilization and construction. Modular components can be prefabricated in a factory setup, resulting in reduced waste and a lower carbon footprint. So that way they are quite efficient. Customization, very, very important. The modules can be tailored to reflect the owner's personality and style preferences. Modular interiors offer the opportunity for customization. Overall, modularity in interior design provides a versatile and adaptable approach to creating functional and aesthetically pleasing spaces. Some of the examples can be seen over here, and there is a lot of possibility of customization, flexibility, altering the way space looks by just reconfiguring these modules, after a certain period of time. So there are periodic uh, changes within the space to suit the mood and, changing needs. Concept of portability. The concept of portability in interior design refers to the ability to easily move or reconfigure furniture, decor, and other elements within a space. That's the keyword over here. It emphasizes flexibility and adaptability, allowing one to change the layout, style, or function of a room or space to suit the evolving needs or preferences. So, again, portability in interior design can be achieved through various means. One of the most important ones is furniture. Choosing lightweight and modular furniture pieces that are easy to move and get rearranged. This allows to quickly transform the layout and functionality of a space without much effort. Examples include chairs with handles, folding tables, stackable stools, wheeled storage units, just to mention a few. So, there is, of course, multi-purpose and convertible furniture. Furniture items that serve multiple functions or can be transformed into different configurations. In one of the lectures, we talk about tiny houses and we discuss the importance of multifunctionality, space optimization, relevant furniture design, unique joinery design. So, all of these we can, also think about those details when we are discussing the aspects of modularity, portability, foldability. For instance, a sofa that can be converted into a bed, a coffee table with built in storage, or a desk that can be folded against the wall to save space. Portable storage solutions. Using freestanding storage units such as bookshelves, cabinets, wardrobes that can be easily moved around. So, aspects of moving and portability. And these could also be combined, portable plus foldable plus modular, and so on. So, the portable storage solutions allow to adapt the storage layout according to the changing needs or relocate them when moving to a new space. This is very, very handy. Decorative elements. Opting for portable decor items like floor lamps, movable screens, room dividers, partitions, lightweight artwork. So, these are also quite useful when we talk about the aspects of portability, within interior space, within the design of interior spaces. These can be shifted to create new focal points, divide spaces, or even update the ambience of a room. Temporary installations. Utilizing removable wallpaper, peel and stick tiles, or modular wall panels that can be easily installed and removed without causing damage to the existing surfaces. This gives the freedom to experiment with different patterns, textures, and colors without committing to a permanent change. So, that's the most important point. The benefits of incorporating portability in interior design are numerous. It allows to maximize space utilization, adapt to different activities or events, accommodate guests, and create a fresh look whenever desired. The benefits of incorporating portability, as we are discussing, are very, very numerous, very useful. Portable design elements can be particularly useful for those living in rental spaces or frequently changing environments. So, again, I could refer to tiny houses over here since we are talking about, compact space, changing environments. Concept of foldability. The concept of foldability in interior design refers to the ability of furniture and architectural elements to fold or collapse into a more compact form when not in use. It focuses on space saving solutions that optimize functionality and allow for efficient storage or easy transportation. Even this aspect is very important. We often forget about the aspects of packaging and transportation. So, how do we even transport these pieces which are installed within our interior spaces? Foldability allows for that easy option. Foldability can be applied to various aspects of interior design, including furniture, partitions, fixtures. Some examples are, of course, folding furniture. This can include foldable tables, chairs, beds, and even shelving units. Foldable furniture pieces are designed to be easily folded or collapsed when not needed, minimizing their footprint and making them convenient for storage or transport. These versatile pieces are especially useful in small spaces where maximizing floor area is crucial. Folding partitions or screens can be used to divide or create separate areas within a room. They can be folded and expanded as needed, allowing for flexible spatial arrangements. Foldable storage solutions provide a compact and efficient way to organize belongings. This helps in keeping the space tidy and clutter free. For example, collapsible fabric storage bins or hanging organizers that can be folded and put away when not in use. Foldable fixtures. Certain fixtures in interior design, such as folding countertops or built in ironing boards, that can be folded out and tucked away when not in use, exemplify the concept of foldability. These fixtures are designed to maximize functionality while minimizing the space they occupy. Foldable walls or ceilings are also in vogue. In some cases, foldable walls or ceilings can be employed to create convertible spaces. These architectural elements can be folded or expanded to modify the size and layout of a room. The concept of foldability in interior design again offers practical advantages, particularly in compact living spaces or environments where flexibility is essential. By incorporating foldable elements, one can optimize space utilization, easily adapt to different needs or occasions, and create a more versatile and functional interior environment. The concept of DIY, do it yourself interior design, refers to the practice of designing and decorating space without necessarily hiring a professional designer or contractor. It allows to unleash creativity, personalize space, and often saves money in the process. Some ideas and tips for DIY in interior design, starting with personalization. DIY projects allow homeowners and users to personalize their home decor and express their creativity. From painting walls to creating unique art pieces, DIY projects can add a personal touch to spaces. Cost saving. DIY projects can be a cost effective way to decorate or renovate a space or the entire project. By using recycled or repurposed materials, one can save money while creating unique and eco friendly designs. Inspiration for DIY. Magazines, websites, and social media platforms offer a wealth of inspiration and ideas for DIY projects. From color schemes to furniture arrangements, homeowners and users can find inspiration for their DIY projects and create a cohesive design. Design principles. Understanding basic design principles such as the color, texture, balance, harmony, rhythm, and also some of the elements of design which are mentioned here can help users create successful DIY projects. Now, I'm all for these DIY tips, and it's a good thing that users have such kinds of tools handy, and they can personalize their own spaces and design their own projects. But as a designer, I would always recommend to rope in a professional designer, because understanding the elements and principles of design and the overall design vocabulary, and then working on the spaces, transforming them, designing them for user needs, also keeping in mind the climate and the holistic aspects of design. It comes after a lot of training, education, understanding, experience, practice. So, continuing with the design principles, by following these principles, users can create harmonious and visually appealing designs. But, like I said, it requires a lot of training and understanding. Also, the skill level. DIY projects can range from simple to complex, depending on the user's skill level and experience. Starting with small, easy projects can help build confidence and skills for more challenging projects. Now, integrating these concepts to have cohesive interior spaces or design. Like I was talking about, a few slides ago, that there could also be a permutation and combination of all these concepts: modularity, foldability, portability, DIY, and all of these, which could be integrated and explored in a very interesting manner. By integrating modularity, portability, foldability, and DIY in interior design, one can achieve a dynamic and adaptable space. For example, one could choose modular furniture systems that can be easily disassembled and reconfigured according to the changing needs. An interesting arrangement over here with different elements put in place, not particularly highlighting foldability, modularity, or DIY, but the amalgamation and integration of many of those details. They empower to optimize spaces, adapt to different activities or occasions, and express creativity through hands on DIY projects. So, the integration of modularity, portability, foldability, do it yourself offers endless possibilities for transforming interior environment according to evolving needs and desires. I have some of the references here. I hope you enjoyed the lecture. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.